My call back here on BTN Live. Bill Rabinowitz is a beat writer for Ohio State football, and he wrote a brand new book that is out and available now. It's called The Chase, and it's all about last year's Ohio State National Championship run. He joins us now to talk about his book. Bill, considering the current quarterback situation, I think it's interesting reading your book that not once last year, but twice, Cardale Jones lost a battle to J.T. Barrett.
Yeah, that's true. You know, his story is one of the more remarkable ones in the book. He was actually the starter heading out of spring in 2014. Everyone assumed Braxton Miller would eventually be healthy. And then in training camp, J.T. Barrett went just ahead of him, and then, of course, Braxton Miller got hurt. So Cardale was the backup, did not think he was going to play, kind of thought that he was going to transfer at the end of the year, and then J.T. got hurt in the Michigan game, and the rest is history.
One loss all season long. Describe for me how dire things felt for the team in the days that followed the Virginia Tech loss.
They did and they didn't. Shelley Meyer, Urban Meyer's wife, told me that she was pleasantly surprised by Urban's demeanor, that he was pretty calm about it, thought the team would be pretty good. J.T. Barrett told me that in the locker room after that game, everyone was kind of sizing each other up, looking at each other. Okay, are you part of the problem? Are you part of the solution? What are you going to do to make sure this never happens again? There was a lot of soul searching after that game, and really, for most of the year, people thought that would be the albatross. It really was the springboard.
You know, there's an interesting instance in Urban you write about in the book. When they make it to the Big Ten title game and they play Wisconsin, it was the first start for Cardale Jones. And Urban's plan was to have him never throw over the middle, only outside of the hash marks or deep. And yet, sure enough, early in the game, Cardale does throw over the middle, and Urban's ready to yell at him, and Cardale comes right to him on the sideline and apologizes before Urban can do anything. Was that basically when Urban started to trust him?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what had happened, he was at Notre Dame when a backup quarterback had to play, I think it was against USC, and threw a couple picks over the middle. And he vowed, if I ever have to put a backup in, an inexperienced guy in, I'm going to make sure that he doesn't throw over the middle, because that's the most dangerous place on the field to throw it. So when Cardale threw that ball, and Urban was about to unload on him, and Cardale runs over and said, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. And at that moment, Urban Meyer did know that Cardale was the guy.
What's your favorite story from the book?
Oh, there are a lot of them. One of the ones, Cardale Jones has, when he was 14 or so, he was given a mentor, Michelle Nash, and she became like a mother to him. In fact, I mean, it is a mother-son relationship. And she was with him through all the difficult times in Cleveland. And after the championship game, she's riding back to the hotel, and she gets a text from Cardale saying, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And when you see that kind of thing, and you realize this is not about football. I mean, I like to say that this is not a football book. It's about people who happen to be involved in football. And I tried to highlight the human side of things. And when you see things like that, when people tell you things like that, it just makes you realize it really is bigger than football.
If last year's team could talk to this year's team, what would it say?
Well, there's so many of the guys are still there. They're probably saying, what's going on? I think what they would probably say is relax. It's a long season. You don't have to be perfect in September or early October, but you do have to start getting it into gear. They're under so much pressure right now because everyone expects them to just dominate every team they play, and that's hard to do. So I think they have to get back to having fun and enjoying it and feeling like they are the hunter and not just the hunted.
The book is called The Chase. It is available now, and there are some really great details, some specifics in there on the behind-the-scenes stuff about this run. Bill Rabinowitz is the author. Thanks so much for the time, Bill.
Thank you, Mike.